Good morning, and welcome to our Warrior TV broadcast from St. Martin's Episcopal School. I'm Judson.
And I'm Drew. We have an awesome show for you today, starting off with a story about the recent 5th grade field trips.
The 5th grade has been busy with field trips over the past couple of weeks. On October 5th, they traveled to the Atlanta History Center. While there, they learned all about the Civil War. Activities included hearing more about the life of slaves during that time, learning reasons that the southern states seceded, and participated in an activity where they became Civil War soldiers and had to determine what gear and take and make decisions that helped determine whether they lived or died during the war.
Then on October 17th, they visited the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra, where they heard the Heroes of the Orchestra performance. This concert will introduce young audiences to the orchestra through an exploration of music inspired by history's heroes, mythological heroes, and the everyday heroes in our students' lives. Students were asked to submit essays about their heroes. Out of nearly 1,000 students that attended, 2 St. Martin students' essays were chosen to be read for the entire audience. Congratulations to Ashlyn Loving and Gabby Nama.
On Thursday, October 18th, the 1st grade went down to the farm. The Southern Bell Farm is a family-owned 330-acre working farm that has been active since 1938. It is open seasonally for fresh produce, berry picking, peach picking, fall fun, Christmas trees, and much more. Our students learn about milking cows, crops that grow at the farm, and enjoy not only a hayride, but pig races. It was an amazing experience for everyone on the trip.
On October 17th, the 7th grade went on a virtual field trip with Christopher Columbus. The students interacted with Columbus by asking him questions and listening to him tell about the trip. The students were referred to as the Royal Court. Mr. Hank Finknan, the actor who portrayed Christopher Columbus, has traveled to Europe to research more about that era. He told the Royal Court facts about Columbus and about Spain. The students learned about Columbus' first trip west and tried to convince the king and queen to allow him to make a second voyage to what he thought was Japan and China. This is the first time a virtual field trip of this kind was done, but look for more to come in the future.
On Saturday, October 20th, St. Martin's traveled south to Savannah, Georgia to participate in the Georgia Junior One-Act competition. They performed the Iliad, the Odyssey, and all of Greek mythology in 99 minutes or less, and scored 3 superiors from the judges. The show also won the Overall Design Award for sound, set, props, costume, and lights. Emma Schwinn and Nicholas Lennon were named the All-Star cast. Way to go, Warrior Thespians!
This year, Warrior TV will be doing a new segment called A Visit With. For this broadcast, Judson and I sat down with Dr. Tiffany Russell, the Director of Diversity and Inclusion here at St. Martin's.
So my title is Director of Diversity and Inclusion. And one of the reasons why I took this job is because of that title, diversity and inclusion. So for me, diversity means representation, having diverse populations within your school community, different faith traditions, different backgrounds, different belief systems. But inclusion talks about how do we include all of those wonderful pieces of diversity within the school. So I've been working in diversity and inclusion spaces for the last 18 years. I worked at the Lovett School for 5 years, and I was their Director of Multicultural Programs and Services. I left to complete my PhD, and then I was consulting with schools all over the city. Galloway School, the Atlanta Girls School, Westminster was another place, and Lovett. I went back to Lovett to help out with some different diversity programming. Most recently, I was a caregiver for my husband who had a stroke in November. And so when I took the job, he was getting better. So it was perfect timing for me to be able to get out of the house and support him and me. So far, it's been talking with people and getting to know their personal story. When you get to know someone and really get to know their heart, then that is where change happens. I often say that diversity and inclusion is heart work, H-E-A-R-T, and that you can't do this kind of work if you're not excited and passionate about it. And so for me, being able to talk with people and get to know their personal story, to find out how we're connected it really does help. And so that has been, I think, the most meaningful thing so far, being able to talk with people and learn about them. I love to paint pottery. I love to throw pots and anything dealing with paint. I like to get messy. With my daughter, we like to play with Play-Doh, and we go paint pottery together. I love to travel, and so I hope to be able to use all of our holiday breaks to be able to see different places in the world. And I've been in a book club for 18 years, and the same book club with the same women, and we read all types of literature. So I'm looking forward to continuing with them. That's a big hobby and passion of mine.
St. Martin's Drama Club will present its annual fall showcase on October 29th at 6:45 p.m. in the gym. The showcase is a variety show format that features musical theater selections, improv performances, as well as a performance of a one-act competition piece. Make plans to come and watch and support your fellow Warriors.
The A-Boys soccer team ended their season strong. They won 4 of their last 5 games and barely missed the playoffs, losing a close game to Ridgeview to end the season. The team improved greatly over the course of the season and hopes to build on this going into next year.
The Ultimate Frisbee team, now in its second year, had a very strong season. Since the beginning of October, they had wins over the Museum School, Cliff Valley School, and Davis Academy. During the Davis Academy game, the team played extremely well with great scores by Luke, Preston, Matthew, and Brady. They snagged the win in only 34 minutes. An average Ultimate Frisbee game lasts about an hour and a half. They lost their last game against Galloway, but played strong in spite of windy weather conditions. The team ended with a season 6-5 record. Great work, Ultimate Warriors.
In volleyball news, the C team had a great season. Under Coach Johnson and Coach O'Leary, the girls concentrated on developing their fundamental skills to be ready to take it to the next level. They played well in their matches and ended up around 500 overall. The Smeds B volleyball team went on an amazing run this year. After a season-opening non-conference loss, they marched through the rest of their season without dropping a match. They finished up the season with one of their most complete team efforts against Sandy Springs Charter School.
On October 17th, the cross-country team went to St. Francis High School to compete in the MAC Championship. They started off with a JV race where they had 4 sixth-grade runners, William, Charlie, Ethan, and Alec, finish in the top 5 of the race. Next was the girls' race. They placed 4th overall with 3 runners, Eloise, Caroline, and Reese, finishing in the top 20. The boys finished up the evening with a solid race too. 5 of our 7 runners, Truman, Billy, Charlie, Brian, and Hayden, finished in the top 20 with Truman coming in first place overall. As a team, they finished second place overall. Congratulations on an amazing season.
The A volleyball team had a magical season, winning the MAC championship for the second year in a row. They faced a tough challenge in the semifinals after dropping the first set to Davis. However, they pulled themselves together and won the next 2 sets to get to the championship. Everything then started coming together in the finals as they defeated AIS in straight sets. It was a great way to finish off a season where they were undefeated in conference play. The awards assembly will take place on October 26th, and then that afternoon, the A team and 8th graders play a volleyball game against the teachers. Great job, Warriors! That's it for this broadcast of Warrior TV.
Be sure to check us out on our YouTube channel.
We'll see you next time!